Frank Jonathan? Is that your
Yeah,
middle
you
name?
got it.
Frank Jonathan Maroney. What's your date of birth?
I'm not telling you that. Why?
What's your mom's maiden name? Just kidding. Guys, hello. Welcome back to the CMT, the Country Music Tea, a country music pop culture podcast. Frank, I've got to say, you always are like, I wish there was more juicy stories. I wish there was better things for us to talk about. Shame on you, because now there is, and I'm exhausted. Having to keep up with current events is currently killing me. Like, could you imagine being a newscaster and having to know?
Wait, why is that shame on me?
Because
why is that my
you
fault?
manifested it.
Oh.
You wanted juicy things to happen, and now there's just too much happening, and it's
You're overwhelmed by it. I'm sorry that you're...
I'm very overwhelmed, and my life is overwhelmed right now. Last week I said the words, I just feel so organized. I thought I was everything, and turns out I am nothing. I'm so unorganized. There's literally laundry everywhere. There's dog hair everywhere. There is you're literally picking the dog hair off your feet.
Well, Akira, she's a shedding white. What is she?
A husky lab. Yeah, it's just, we've got a lot going on, and then there's just a lot going on in the world of country music. So I think we can't do even small talk. This is all big talk today.
Okay.
So I don't even want to do it. Everything is running into each other. So I think we just need to have a full-on conversation. Let's just start light, simple. Miranda Lambert stopping her show to call out a group of women.
We're just jumping right into it.
Taking a picture. We're jumping right in. We are just...
I just want to apologize beforehand because I know that I'm going to probably say some dumb shit today that somebody's going to get mad about.
No, I have so much anxiety because everything is so heavy.
About what I'm going to say, you have anxiety about.
But what you're going to say, what I'm going to say, just, it's a lot. Everyone is fighting. Everyone's fighting. Everyone's mad. Everyone's upset right now. And we just have to remind people, go outside, put your feet on the ground.
Well, not today. It's raining really hard, but
we are we're an international podcast. We have one listener in Norway. We don't know.
Really?
Yes, we don't know the weather over there. But okay, there's a lot. So let's just start. I really think we've just got to go.
Okay.
Because I have a lunch meeting today and a doctor's appointment. Okay, Miranda Lambert pauses the show to call out fans taking a quote selfie. So first, we need to lay the facts out. It wasn't a selfie. And that is important.
Okay.
Because her stopping the show being like, oh, these girls are taking selfies. To me, it sounded like, oh, these are just self-involved women. They were not taking a selfie. A selfie is when you are taking a picture of yourself. Mm-hmm. And they were not doing it. Did you see the picture?
No.
Frank, have you opened your eyes?
I watched the video.
Okay, well, the picture...
We're going to put the picture up on the podcast?
We can put...
Do we have the power to do that?
Do we have the power to do that? Producer Kyle?
He's like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Producer Kyle got his own parking space.
I know, I saw that.
At the studio.
I saw when I rolled up, I saw your Jeep parked on or your Bronco parked on the street, and I was like, ooh, I'm parking in that spot. And then there he was.
Yeah, I said we need to get a plaque for him.
How did the picture surface? Was the girls that took it or whatever be like, we weren't taking a selfie, or were they defending themselves? Or
yes, they posted the picture. So here's the picture. Now there could have been other pictures taken, but this is the picture.
Okay.
So this is my opinion on it. She stopped a show of, I don't know how many people were there. Let's just say 2,000 people.
There was probably more than that.
Okay, there was probably more. This was like a Vegas residency show. Though. This was not like a country festival. Right, this wasn't a rowdy situation. People are in their seats, watching this.
Yeah.
She stopped a show for 2,000 people on account of 5 women. And I posted TikTok about this yesterday. It gave Catholic guilt. It gave Catholic shame. It was like Our Lady of Perpetual Sorrow of just shaming these women. It's a very cute picture. It was like all of the girls are here to see Miranda. They're not from Vegas. No one's living in Vegas going to a Miranda Lambert show.
Yeah.
They paid for tickets. They paid for flights. They paid for hotel rooms, for drinks, all this kind of stuff. They wanted to get a picture and make it look like their girly Miranda was in the picture with them. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
So you side with them.
I do. Like, I'm not trying to be like one of those people on, you know, the internet that's like, shut up and sing, we pay your bills. But like, you know, these women most likely do pay Miranda's bills. And it'd be one thing if they're throwing things or getting in fights or, you know, interrupting the show and cussing people out. Like, they're just taking a picture.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the fence about it because that is a valid point. You make all valid points.
Honestly, that's the most valid thing you've ever said.
But I don't know. The whole thing about they could have picked a different song to do it to. Like, I could see Miranda's point of view that's like a very sentimental, slow, quiet song. It's like, you know, she probably doesn't play that many slow songs, like Tin Man and The House That Built Me. And like, you know, that becomes a moment in the show.
In time, yeah.
And those are always my favorite parts of a concert are those
the
moments.
Boring parts.
Yes. And it does piss me off as a fellow, like, as someone sitting in when I'm an audience member, to be like when someone's not paying attention to a song like that, and instead they're taking. That's why I don't like live music, because all you're doing is like dealing with drunk
That's
people.
why I hate music. Okay, but this was their opportunity. This was a slow song. This was like, you know, the perfect time for them to have her in one spot and take the picture. I did a little poll on our Instagram, just asked people to give some comments. Like I said, what are your thoughts on the Miranda Lambert situation? Someone said, rude. And then they responded again and said, let me clarify. Miranda was a rude ass. Wow.
Okay.
Someone else responded, ho. That was my sister, but like we just call each other hoes all the time. So she was just trying to be annoying. Someone else said, no, these girls are probably trying to capture the moment and paid mad good money for those tickets. Another person who then I had secret correspondence with said, finally someone said it. And I was like, could you clarify your response? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, someone said what? And they were actually on the side of Miranda, sort of, maybe not in the way that she called people out, but she was like, you know, put your phones down and live in the moment.
Yeah.
Another fellow listener, shout out Katie, said, better than fans tossing things at her. I feel like she should be happy that people were documenting this moment.
I don't know.
So, yeah.
I mean, I agree about the phones thing. That's annoying too. It's like,
but this wasn't church.
I know, but
this
still,
wasn't a funeral. This wasn't a strip club.
I'm trying to segue into another thing I'm angry about. Okay.
Oh my god! Oh, wow. Here we go. White male anger. Let's go. What is it? What happened?
No, I'm just kidding. I won't do it.
What?
I was just going to go off about people recording concerts on their phones to never again watch it. It's like, put your fucking phone down and just listen to the music. Yeah. You're really going to like, hey, check out this song that I recorded on my phone. It sounds like shit of Miranda singing.
Okay, so first I thought you were going to say, I'm so tired of people recording everything. I was like, no, we're recording this. Okay, I have a confession to make, I guess.
What? You're one of those people?
I record things at concerts, and I do watch them back. And I relive the moment, a la when I went to the Jonas Brothers concert. And probably once a week, I go back and I watch those videos, and the same amount of serotonin and dopamine that shot through my veins the moment Kevin, Nick, and Joe popped up on that stage. It's a nice little hug, you know, when I've got applesauce on me and I've had to change 8 dirty diapers and I just want to feel like maybe I'm still worth something, I go and watch those concert videos.
All right, that's fair.
I think the issue here is you're not a fangirl of anybody.
No.
So you don't understand the fangirl experience where it's like, I wish I could take this air in this arena, bottle it up.
The only time that I wish I would do that is if I go see like an artist that I really like that hasn't released songs, but they play new songs, and I'm like, oh man,
you're secretly
that song was awesome. I wish I could listen to it again. But if it's like, you can just go to YouTube and watch the same video that you took.
It's not the same though, because like I want to see my shaky hands. I want to hear my voice like singing louder than Nick is because his mic never works. Like that is, It's a whole experience. So the thing is, like, you're just not a fangirl, so you don't understand. I can't imagine you ever screaming at a concert unless someone was stabbing you. I will like scream at a concert. Like I will literally go so hard. That's why I go to them by myself, because I don't want people I know to see that. You know?
Do you dance at concerts too?
Yes, of course. I literally, at the Jonas Brothers, I literally had cramps. I was like a woman lifting a car off their newborn baby. Like I had these terrible cramps and hurt so bad, but I was like, I'm gonna keep going. Like something just came over me and I continued to dance.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually something that this idea was put into my head by Olivia, but like there's two types of people. There's people that dance at concerts and there's people that don't. And like, I don't dance or scream at concerts, but like Molly, she does.
She goes hard.
Yeah.
I mean, Britney Spears said it best in her song Circus. There's only two types of people in this world: the ones that entertain and the ones that observe. And I think that should be our Instagram bio, because I entertain, you observe. She has never said a lie in her life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Skinny as a needle. All right. Let's move on, because I don't think Miranda is issuing a statement, because I actually don't think she cares.
No, she doesn't give a
Like,
fuck.
she's busy. But now people are being really mean in her comments. Like, on videos that have nothing to do with any of that, people are being, like, really mean. Which, again, like,
do you think
get over
that
yourself.
it'll, like, is the whole no publicity or bad, what is it? No publicity is bad publicity? Bad publicity. What is the saying?
I think the title of today's episode is just like bad publicity, because I think that bad publicity is bad.
Yeah, but a lot of times it can lead to good numbers. You know, like the
Right,
whole
but numbers
Morgan
are
Wallen
fleeting.
thing. He had that whole thing happen, and then the biggest record in all of music.
But when he's 57 years old and he's thinking about that or talking about that, it's always stained by the air that surrounded it.
Guess that's possible.
My humble opinion. If you don't like my opinion, start your own podcast. Just kidding. Honestly, don't. Like, it's exhausting.
Just comment on ours. It'll help our algorithm.
Yeah. Actually, give us a comment. Let's know.
If you
know
hate
what?
us, just let us know.
No engagement is bad engagement. That's what they do
That's
say.
what I'm saying.
What do you guys
No
think of Frank's
engagement.
hair? Comment below.
Yeah.
What do you think about Frank's teeth? Comment below.
What's better? What do you think about Maddie's nose?
Frank, that's my biggest insecurity. We all know, okay? Don't worry. I'm going to get a nose job soon. Okay.
No, don't.
Next.
Your nose is like perfectly flat,
Okay, Frank, like,
straight, whatever.
like, that's your opinion and no one cares about it. Clearly, look at our numbers. Next story. It's the title of the story is Luke Combs tweets just resurfaced with racism and disparaging comments against women. But the title should actually be Luke Combs calls Jason Aldean and personally thanks him for taking the heat off of him. Because a couple days ago, everybody was freaking out because some old tweets came up from Luke Combs from like years ago.
Yeah, can you read the tweets?
Yeah, okay, we've got a couple of them here. Honestly,
So we
some
can
of them,
cut these out of context and make them sound like you said them?
some of them are a little triggering, so I'm actually not going to read like some of them.
Because I read the article that you sent me and there was only like 2 tweets.
There's a couple tweets. I mean, like, those are the bad. Other ones were, you know, like, there were some weird things where he would like just say that like Lady Gaga is not talented, but then also say like, but at Lady Gaga, tell all your little monsters to follow me. So like most of them were just really embarrassing.
So there was, I do remember, there was the one about Miley Cyrus.
Yes, he said Miley Cyrus, ... the reason for my decision to spank my future children.
Which I'm like, is that, I mean, that's
It
not
could be
the
interpreted
best
in
thing, but
a lot of
yeah.
different ways. A lot of child abuse situations. Okay, so there were a
And
lot
then
of...
there was the Asian one.
Yeah, which I like wasn't going to say.
Yeah. I mean, in the article it said that was a Pauly D
Yeah, I believe it's a Pauly D from Jersey Shore quote that he like quote tweeted or retweeted or whatever, or typed himself.
But he said it like, what was it, 11 years ago?
Yeah.
2012?
Yeah.
He was 22.
It's such a weird situation because like the things that people say, people have been saying dumb shit since the beginning of time. Like, Adam and Eve, Adam was annoying. Like, of course she ate that apple. He just pissed her off. Like, he probably said some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And now it's all captured in time. So it's a very touchy subject of like, this stuff does, just because it's old doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt people. There's also like age situations that like, oh, he was only, I don't know how old he was at the time, but if it was 10 years ago, like, he was 10 years younger than he is right now. But like, at what point do we cut that off? We're sending 15-year-olds to jail for, life sentences. So should people be held accountable for tweets? I don't know. The real issue here is I have an opportunity for publicists, for labels, for managers. Hire me. And every time someone starts to get a little bit of success, I'll just send out a reminder email. Why don't we delete the Twitter? Why don't we start from the beginning, Which that makes me think like I should probably delete my old Twitter, which I did. I believe it was around someone's tweets went viral. And I was like, you know what? Let me go take a gander. Let me take a look. And
at your own tweets?
At my, I started my Twitter when I was like a sophomore in high school. And I don't think I've tweeted since I was a freshman in college. But I took a little gander and I was like, no, I was always really fun, really funny, really kind and understanding. So I just can't like relate with some of these people. But
I mean, I think if it's over like a decade.
Okay, but if it's a 50-year-old saying it when they were 40, that's a big difference.
I guess that's true. But in his case, he was like really, just became an adult. Whatever.
I don't know. It's really like the most touchy, weird subject because like it does hurt people. It does. And I say it's a free country, so we can all make a decision. If that's hurting you, if you really can't come to grasp with it, then just like don't listen to Luke Combs.
Yeah.
Don't support him. Don't buy his tickets. Don't buy his merch. That's like how you can win in this situation.
Yeah. And I think, it's a weird situation, and I don't know. I'm so laid back that I just really don't give a shit about what people say. Someone could come in live to the studio, punch me in the face, and you would probably shake their hand after and like be like, yeah, we should write sometime. It's like, geez, Frank. I don't know about that, but...
Get a backbone. Stand for something, please. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, like, Luke Combs' diehard fans, I don't think they're going to easily be persuaded. I think that he could probably come on this podcast and punch me in the face and they'd be like, oh, he's such a family man, which like apparently he is. So I don't know, whatever.
For the most part, I think his track record is pretty good. Like,
yes. And I have met Luke Combs in person. He's very kind and nice, but also like, so am I. So
what? What's your point with that?
You get what you give.
Okay.
But yeah, I know. I'm just too tired.
I don't know that whole story though. Like I read that whole article and it was like the 2 lines about the tweets he made, and then the rest of them were like, he also allegedly did some of this other stuff, but we can't find any proof that that's real. And I'm like, this is just a bunch of hot air.
People made fake tweets.
Yeah,
like any loser with a Canva subscription can make a fake tweet. So.
And then there was a bunch of it about like the success of Fast Car and like stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, so like 1/10 of this article was about 2 tweets that he's made 11 years ago, and then the rest of it was, I'm like, that seems like
some of them,
the headline was definitely clickbait.
Okay, some of these were more than 10 years ago. Okay, one was like, at Katy Perry and at Nicki Minaj, please stop dressing like Lady Gaga. You are not her, and after tonight, you clearly don't want to be.
People were upset about
like
that?
Embarrassing. Yeah.
Why
but then he would like tweet at Lady Gaga and be like, tell your little monsters to follow me. Like, he's got to pick, like, he either loves Lady Gaga so much that it's turned into like a Selena situation where like he loves her so much that he wants to kill her. So, yeah. But anyways, we've got to move on. Like, it's
to the juiciest story of all.
Like, honestly, like, I don't even want to talk about it. This was like my 13th reason to be like, I don't want to have a podcast about country music anymore. Like, it really just, It's either there is nothing to talk about and we're having to be like, Garth Brooks blinked twice on stage, or we're like saying that like Jason Aldean like literally killed a small family on live TV. Like there's no in between. It is either the slowest news day or just the most intricate of subjects. And yeah, so we're just gonna read right from tasteofcountry.com. So if there's something we say that you don't like, call Taste of Country. Don't call me. Jason Aldean says, "Try that in a small town." Music video accusations are meritless and dangerous. Okay, so pig in a blanket. Oh, sorry. Jason Aldean issued a lengthy social media apology statement on. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not an apology. I added that word. Social media statement on Tuesday, July 18th, in response to the controversy surrounding his new single, "Try That in a Small Town," as well as the song's new music video. So he went on to just say that he was accused of releasing a pro-lynching song and that he didn't release a pro-lynching song. He said these references are not only meritless, but dangerous. There is not a single lyric in that song that references race or points to it, and there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage. And while I can try to respect others have their own interpretation of a song, this one goes too far. So, have you heard the song? Did you read the lyrics?
I heard it like a couple weeks ago on the radio, and I'm like, this song is a piece of garbage.
It's kind of nuts. Okay, so first of all, let's just get something clear. To talk about race, you don't have to say the word race, black, white.
Yeah.
You can, it's called innuendo. I'm sure. I don't know a lot of things, but I know Jason Aldean doesn't know what the word innuendo means. All right. The internet is divided. Shocker. Many people are obviously criticizing it for not only the lyrics, the undertones, the atrocious music video that I
didn't watch the video.
It is, Frank. It's literally the weirdest effing thing you've ever seen in your life. Like, it's him in front of this
I know
courthouse that has
it.
Bad historic connotations, and like on the courthouse he has these projections of all of these like real news clips. Now, I do not have the time, gumption, or energy, but someone out there does. We need someone to go through the music video and piece by piece see what each news clip is referring to. Because he's saying that it's, about how this country's going to hell in a handbag and we need to, all stop when is this going to end? When is the madness going to end? But it's like, he, to me, seemed to choose news clips from a lot of protests. Now, I need someone to go and reference all of these and be like, what news clip was this about and what was happening at this time? Because there's a lot of terrible things that happen of white supremacists and their tiki torches marching in Virginia or marching against police and riot gear and all this stuff. None of that was shown. And it just was like so confusing. It was to me very pointed about who should come and try that in a small town.
Yeah.
I don't think he was talking about you coming to a small town and trying anything, Frank.
Yeah. I mean, the song, first off, the song pissed me off because I'm like, do you know how many amazing songs there are sitting in the vault in Nashville? Right. And this is the turd that he picked? The literal turd. And everyone's like, well, he didn't write the song. No. No, he didn't. He didn't. We know that Jason Aldean cannot write or read. But he picks the song. Let's we'll do a live reading. Remember when we did the Kelsey Ballet reading? I wish I had my Jason Aldean wig. I just need to put on a hot dog suit. Okay. Sucker punched somebody on a sidewalk. At first when I was listening to it, I was like, wait, what? Carjack an old lady at a red light. It's like that one. I've never even heard of that happening before. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. Well, did he give you the wrong change back? We don't know context.
cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up. Yeah, you think you're
That
tough.
one especially. Yeah, I see all these people stomping on flags and lighting them up. It's like they're just all like they're like, what's the most triggering lyric we can write right here?
So he's also being widely criticized for the lyric, got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. Okay. I have a message.
Maren Morris is coming for your guns. You better watch out.
No one is coming for your little handguns that your grandpappy Johnny gave you. Okay, just like literally calm down. So he's being widely criticized over that. I mean, he was involved, at the biggest mass shooting to ever happen in America. And it's like, again, I'd ask him to read the room. But we know he can't read, and we know he can't write. It is just like, when you say, is any publicity bad publicity? I think we can answer that. Yes, Frank.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We'll see.
He's just never, he's never in the
shit.
news because it's like, oh my gosh, this amazing song, or, oh, he sold this out. Like, he's in the news because he cheated on his wife. He's in the news because then he married the woman that he cheated with. He's in the news because then that woman has gone and like attacked every single person. And then he's in the news for this. And it's just like, at some point, like, you have a lot of money. Like, why don't you just like go, shh, just sit down. Just pack it in.
Yeah, there was an interesting thing in that article that whoever wrote it said, like, because him and Maren Morris always feud.
Yeah, they have beef.
And
my stomach is growling. Sorry if anyone hears that.
They were basically saying, like, whether you agree with Maren Morris's like political stance and her and all that stuff, like, you have to notice that the songs that she sings about are really like inclusive, and she sings about like whatever, people seeing each other's perspectives, whatever, a longer table, bigger table, whatever that is. And like all of his are just, I mean, well, not all of them, but like this song is pretty divisive, and it's like, that just sucks. Like, why? I get that all these people from small towns, like, they're proud of that and everything, but like, there's so many more positive ways to be proud of it versus go ahead and try something, see what happens. It's like, that stick is just so, I'm so tired of that shit.
It really is losery. It's played out, but it's funny that if you could like just hop on a little satellite and zoom out, it's like, people, they vilify Maren Morris or, anyone that's kind of on her side, when it's like, she just wants people to feel included and feel okay. And then Jason Aldean, it's you're just closed out. But honestly, thank God. I don't want to be a part of Jason Aldean's club or his vibe.
Well, when I first heard this song, I was like, oh man, what is this shit? And I'm like, I'm going to go on YouTube and see like what the comments are like. And everybody in the comment section was like,
Frank,
another banger from Jason Aldean. This is what I'm talking about. And I'm like,
I'm going to reach out to your mom. We got to get you to a therapist because clearly you're self-harming over there. Don't go read the comments of a Jason Aldean music video. That is like, that should be a torture mechanism for people. That is not like, that is just an awful place to be. I'm so sorry. Like, you could have texted me or reached out if you were in that dark of a place. Jason Aldean, no, his music, his life, everything, it's giving sweaty butt crack, and I don't like it.
You know how we always talk about the all these guys with songs in their hearts?
Yeah.
So that makes me think about the writers of this. I'm not going to say their names because whatever.
Well, I'll say them. We can put them on blast.
Well, one of them, he wrote a bunch of Brad Paisley songs. Like, he's known for some tongue-in-cheek. Like, he wrote Ticks and Online and I'm Still a Guy.
Yeah, and real goofy songs. Real SNL skit goofy songs.
And then another one, he's had a bunch of hits too. And he wrote that song which is one of my favorite Kenny Chesney songs, that I can't think of the name of.
Oh, must be your favorite.
There Goes My Life.
Oh my, stop. Are you serious?
Yeah. So I'm like,
Wow.
how does that sort of perplexes me? Like how one person has the sensitivity to sing about something like so heartfelt and meaningful and write a song like that, but then go to the other side of the spectrum and be like, go ahead and see what happens. And I'm like,
You know what that's called, Frank? Range. I guess that's what these publishers are looking for when they say we want someone with range. You know, you can do a lot of things. I guess that's why he's successful, and we're not.
I guess so. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's just. It's all heavy. It's all.
Should we like finish on a lighter note?
Yeah. Just tell us something good. Something good. That's what's
Well,
something
I
good.
listened to the new Dan and Shay music. Did
Oh my
you
God,
listen to it?
I haven't listened to it yet. Wow, I'm really slacking at my job.
The tables have turned.
It was a busy weekend. I went to a wedding, went out of town, and then I met my niece.
It was 3 songs. You'd have 9 minutes.
Oh my God. Wow. The tables have literally turned. I'll go. I'll leave.
No, I thought it was pretty solid. I'm excited to see what the whole album was like. There's 3 songs. My favorite was probably Save Me the Trouble when you listen to it.
Okay. I'll listen.
The production is pretty great. You know, Dan of Dan and Shay's produces it all. I think he's
awesome.
co-producing with Scott Hendricks.
Okay.
But
producing nonetheless.
yeah, I mean, the production is great. It might be, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of them, but like it might be my favorite song I've heard from them.
Okay.
And the other 2 like lean a little more country, which I'm all for because bring back the traditional country, little mandolin, little pedal steel going on.
Yeah. Because if you're not traditional country, get out of this town. Just kidding. All right. Well, I have a stomachache. Do you?
No, I'm good.
Oh, again, no backbone, stands for nothing. Must be nice to be you. You're not even passive aggressive. You're just passively passive.
Yeah.
Cute. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to the CMT. And we should all turn our phones off for a week, I'd say.
A week?
A week. Let something else come through. I don't know.
You can't let this kind of stuff get you down that much.
No, it's not that it gets me down. It's that it gets me up. It gets me like all just wound up inside where I'm like, oh, people are so stupid and I have to drive on the road with them with my son in the back seat. It's just like dangerous.
Baby on board.
Literally. Have you washed your hands recently?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening. Have a nice life.
Have a nice life.